Hey there guys, it's Adam Martyn here, and welcome back to another instalment of the Hits Review, episode 10, and of course, as we are looking chronologically through the Hits albums, we have come to the Hits album, volume 10.
Hits 10, 32 of the latest, the top 10 hit from London Boys.
So this album's quite interesting because if you've been watching this series, this sort of style, the front cover, that titling, we last saw that on Hits 8. Hits 9 look completely different. They rebranded it to just the Hits album, and I think they realised their mistake and went back to the old branding. But was it too late? Well, you'll find out as we go. So here it is. I actually really like this cover, that the 10 is sort of a vinyl disc itself with the grooves and all that. I think it's one of my favourite covers of the Hit series, actually. This is obviously second hand. It was originally bought, what's that, John Menzies Records for £7.99. Wow. So 32 tracks featuring Simply Red, Gloria Estefan, Beatmasters, Donna Summer, Fuzzbox, Aretha Franklin, Elton John, Robert Howard and Kim Mazzell, Deacon Blue, Mike and the Mechanics, Johnny Nash, Luther Vandross, London Boys, Concan, Edelweiss, Rick Astley, Roachford, The, Cold Cut, Bobby Brown, Ten City, Pat and Mick, and more. That's quite the roster list there. So great cover. Let's see how we get on the back. Also, I like the spine is multicoloured as well, like the front. It's a nice touch. So you have many tracks here. I'm going to set that up and we're going to zoom in and see what we have. So side 1, The Bangles with Eternal Flame, a great #1 song. Donna Summer, This Time I Know It's For Real, brilliant as well. So you got Concan, Cold Cut. The Four Tops are still going in the 80s. Waiting for a Star to Fall by Boy Meets Girl, a great movie soundtrack song. So Fuzzbox I've never quite heard of before. Simply Red, De La Soul, they've come back into popularity recently. Bobby Brown, big hit in his time. The Funky Worm, yeah, you and me too. Jamanda, Pat and Mick, Mike and the Mechanics, The Living Years, a brilliant song. Highly recommend that one. Luther Vandross, Hanson Williams. Hold Me in Your Arms, Rick Astley, good song. Through the Storm, Aretha Franklin, Elton John, great little duet. Side 4, you got Deacon Blue, known for Real Gone Kids. Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses, need to see more about that one. A remix of I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny Nash, that's interesting. But the Pop Will Eat Itself, Roachford, Beatmasters, and to finish with Edelweiss with Bring Me, Edelweiss. Nice and simple there. And you got the 10 logo there as well, which is nice. And this came out in 1989, so we're at the end of the 80s. Now, that's what I call music with steam ahead. This was your competition, and like all albums of this nature, they are gatefolded. So here is the inside. The 10 logo is splattered everywhere. Funnily enough, if you remember past albums, there was always promotion for some of the other volumes. Well, this one, there is absolutely no promotion. It's just Hits 10. And the budget must have run dry, because these boxes, now usually it does say where, the song came from, what album, how it's available, but usually you get a little bit of description about the song, like where it charted, for example, where it charted in the charts, and the album it's from, all that sort of stuff. So they've really gone for a more subtle approach, or a minimalist approach, which is good on one hand, but I always like reading the descriptions inside, and I can imagine for a music buying public back in 1989, when CDs are still trying to take off, that would have been a big draw. So a bit disappointing on the inside, great cover, and a really good track list. So now I'm going to take out the disc and show you what one of them looks like. So here it is, the Hits 10 on vinyl disc. There you go. The font is a bit different there, a bit bland, and the 10 is there. Sadly, it's in black and white. The budget was really running low, I think, and same on the other side, so definitely a bit of a disappointment in terms of the art of the disc. So a great front cover, a minimalist approach with a dwindling budget, and a decent track list. But of course, in 1989, the vinyl edition of this album wasn't your only option. Other options, of course, included this, the cassette, the Hits Album 10. They've dropped saying the Hits tape now. And you've got the 32 tracks there, you've got all the artists on the front, and you've got this lovely logo. Now these ones are together, which is a lot more convenient for me. I prefer it when they're sort of squashed together like that rather than individual. And the track list on the back is the same. There isn't really any exclusive tracks or anything like that. God knows how much this was back in the day. So opening it up, yes, they've kept the design. If you've watched this series, you'll know that I like when they include the logo in the top corner. Some of them don't have it, this one does, and that looks fab on this white and black tape. Oh, it does say the Hits Tape 10, that's funny. So okay, it's the hits tape there, but on the front it's just the hits album. Consistency, guys, it doesn't hurt. And these don't have descriptions now. I thought they might have done for the cassette, but alas, they do not. So I mean, the cassette one, it's really up to you, pick your preference. I mean, I got mine in a big bundle. So if you really are bothered about cassette, want to listen to the Hits 10 on cassette, the option is available for you. Otherwise, I'd stick to the vinyl edition. You can get it on CD as well, I believe, back in the day, and there is a VHS tape of select songs and their music videos. So really, who is the Hits 10 album for? Well, judging by that track list, as I say with a lot of these, if you like music from the year it was in, so in this case 1989, you can't go wrong with this. I find a lot of this stuff is, from at least my memory, wasn't on some of the Now albums and all that sort of stuff, so it's quite nice to have the difference in variety, some really hidden gems on there that maybe didn't chart so highly. But of course, this album, I think, shows the dwindling of the Hits franchise to start with. Of course, the branding changes were all over the place, so people might have been confused. There's less, notably, like #1 songs on here compared to what Now was pumping out as well. And all I'll say is, for the next installment of this series, things go for a rather interesting turn indeed. So if you like that sort of music, you like what you've seen, then definitely pick up the Hits 10. Or if not, you can just pass. But for me, it's actually one of my favourite of the initial run of Hits albums. Just a note about price as well, the vinyl one, a lot of these I say I wouldn't pay any more than £5 for that. I think I paid about £2. The cassette, no more than £2 probably, but you're still bound to find these for quite cheap. That's all for this instalment of the Hits review. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave your comments below. Let me know if you own the Hits 10 on vinyl, cassette, CD, whatever the format is. Subscribe to the channel if you are brand new with notifications on. And until the next one, I will see you guys next time.
And the #1 from the Bangles. And they're all on Hits 10.